Hi everyone! In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make those delicious chocolate shortbread cookies. And what's special about my recipe is these cookies are keto-friendly as well as vegan-friendly, and they're super easy to make. So only 6 ingredients are needed for this recipe. First and foremost, 2 cups of almond flour, got it from Costco. 3 tablespoons of sugar alcohol, 2 tablespoons of cacao powder, and also for all shortbreads, fat are very important. So in our vegan-friendly option, we are using coconut oil to replace butter. And here I have 100 grams or around 6 tablespoons of coconut oil. Last but not least, to add the flavors, we are adding 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So now, let me show you how to make them. It'll be a lot easier if these solid olive oil is liquefied. So I'm just going to use a microwave to heat it up a little bit. Depending on the room temperature, the heating time will vary. Now I have completely liquefied coconut oil and with a total of 30 seconds heating. So now let's go back to the countertop and start our mixing job. Add everything except for the almond flour into this little container. And then just mix. Okay, the sugar alcohol might need a minute or two to completely dissolve. So while the sugar alcohol is dissolving, let's preheat the toaster oven. I'm only using a countertop small convection toaster oven. If you have the turbo option, use turbo because it gives better air circulation. And set the temperature to 350 Fahrenheit. 5 minutes will give it a good preheat. All right, so back to the mixture. This is everything except for the almond flour. Now we're going to pour it into the almond flour. Use a bigger silicone spatula to mix it really, really well. As you can see, the mixture is a little sandy. It is okay as long as all the ingredients are mixed well. It's well mixed. So what we need is a baking pan, parchment paper. That's big enough to cover the whole pan. Just pour the whole cookie dough onto the sheet. And pat it down. When it's almost flat, if you have a pastry rolling pin, it'll be very helpful. And then use the silicone spatula again to give it a more regular shape. All right, it's not a perfect square, but it's okay. Let's cut off the excessive parts from the parchment paper. Okay, so now let's take the baking sheet to the oven. Center rack, 350 Fahrenheit, and let it bake. Or if you have the turbo function, use the turbo function for better air circulation for 15 minutes. Time is up. I actually have been impatiently waiting because the whole kitchen now just smells so good, like coconut and chocolate. Okay, so this is how the final product, semi-final product look like. Actually, let's do something. Let's lay it down. Transfer the baked sheet to a silicone baking sheet. I'm just using a very simple pizza cutter. So depending on your preferences, you can cut the cookie sheet in whatever shape that you like. So I'm just gonna do squares this time. All right, so now we have 25 little cookies. So the whole thing is super soft now. The best way to eat these cookies are actually when they're frozen, or at least when they're cool. So I'm just gonna take them to the freezer. So let it sit for 10 minutes. And then you're gonna have super delicious, again, keto-friendly and vegan-friendly coconut oil chocolate shortbread cookies. So it takes as few as 10 minutes for these cookies to get cooled down and ready to eat in the freezer. I'm going to give a piece to my husband and let him tell you guys how he likes it.
Here's the vegan keto chocolate coconut shortbread cookie. Super long names, but let's give it a try. I can't stop. That's how good they are. Like really delicious. It's not super sweet. And I think the way the coconut oil has been soaked into the texture really helped bring out the flavors of the cookie. And that little pinch of salt also does help enhance the flavor. So like every bite is very flavorful. It's just so good.
So like we mentioned before, for this kind of cookie, we really prefer to eat it in a cooler temperature, either in the fridge or in the freezer. Just put it in a container and then put it back in the freezer to store. So that's it for our really simple recipe for this keto-friendly and vegan-friendly chocolate shortbread cookies. Hope you enjoy it. We will provide the recipe in the description section. Thank you again for watching and see you in our next video.